how y'all are. I'm glad that you can join me today. I guarantee today is October 1st, 2019. It is Tuesday. And welcome back, as it is finally time to continue Haunted Indiana, Ghosts and Strange Phenomenon of the Hoosier State, written by James A. Willis. Today, to start off this season, we go down to southern Indiana. If you've ever visited certain parts of southern United States, you probably noticed that once you get away from the hustle and bustle of the main cities, time tends to move a little slower. People just seem to take their time going about their business. And the old-timers will tell you about how good things were way back when. Southern Indiana is no different. And not only do the people of southern Indiana believe in the power of tradition, but even their ghost stories harken back to simpler times. You can tell a southern Indiana ghost story almost right from the start. This is because the settings tend to be older, more traditional buildings as opposed to modern facilities. There are no haunted condos or high-rise buildings here. Only haunted mineral spring spas and 125-year-old libraries. And people in southern Indiana usually don't encounter their ghosts while they're driving brand new sports cars. Rather, they're captaining a paddle boat, walking through a railroad tunnel, or driving an old farm pickup truck. The ghosts of southern Indiana also prefer more traditional modes of transportation, like horses. Even if, as in one case, the horse is on fire. Sure, there are a few stories coming out of Indiana that feature technology. It's just rare to find anyone who believes those stories. After all, in southern Indiana, you're only supposed to believe in the old ghost stories. It's a tradition. And to start the season off, our first tale tonight. Will Danny Guthrie ever find peace? On the morning of May 28, 1991, Danny Guthrie left his house, telling his wife that he was going to spend the day fishing with his friend, Charles Sweeney. The following day, when Guthrie didn't return home, his wife phoned the police. Authorities were dispatched to speak with Sweeney, the last person known to have been with Guthrie. Sweeney stated that he and Guthrie had returned from their fishing trip sometime between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. and he had not seen Guthrie since. Satisfied with what Sweeney had to say, authorities left his house and continued their investigation. 9 months later, when the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms was investigating an incident in which someone placed a pipe bomb under a local detective's police car, Charles Sweeney's name came up. After being interrogated several times by federal agents, Sweeney finally broke down and agreed to a plea agreement on June 26, 1992. As part of the agreement, Sweeney would plead guilty to placing the bomb under the officer's car and name all the others involved. But there was one other thing that Sweeney agreed to with his plea: to disclose the whereabouts of Danny Guthrie's body. Sweeney, however, claimed he did not kill Guthrie. Rather, he said that after they returned from their fishing trip, Sweeney agreed to give Guthrie 150 of his marijuana plants in exchange for a saddle. Sweeney pointed Guthrie in the direction of the plants and then left to go play bingo. When Guthrie's wife called the following day and said her husband never came home, Sweeney went out to his marijuana field where he found Guthrie dead from a gunshot wound to the head. Not wanting the authorities to find his marijuana plants, Sweeney said he made the decision to bury Guthrie's body in a ditch and cover it up with dirt and garbage. On July 1st, 1992, almost 14 months from the day Danny Guthrie disappeared, police obtained a search warrant for Sweeney's property and recovered the body. It was exactly where Sweeney said it would be. And as Sweeney had stated, Guthrie had been killed by a single shot to the head from a 9mm handgun. Several days later, when forensic techs found that the bullet that killed Guthrie had been fired from a gun owned by Charles Sweeney, he was arrested and charged with murder. Sweeney would be convicted by a jury of his peers and sentenced to 60 years in jail. After Guthrie's decomposed body was removed from the shallow grave, it was relocated to Henryville's Mount Zion Cemetery. Although his murderer was discovered, it appears as though Guthrie's spirit does not rest in peace. People visiting his grave have been overcome with icy cold chills. Even on bright, sunny days, a shadowy figure resembling that of a man is also seen standing near Guthrie's grave. Some even claim that they have heard Guthrie himself speaking whenever they come close to his grave. That, my friends, is where we'll stop for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you would like to come find me on social media, my links are in the description. Be sure to hit that bell icon to stay informed for the next exciting episode of Haunted Indiana. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I love you all. Bye.